Yo, what is up guys? My name is Patrick, host of Brutality, and today we're going to be answering some questions. So without further ado, have you sit back, relax, and let's get into it. Welcome back folks, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for dropping by and your ongoing support. My name is Patrick, host of the Brutality YouTube page, in which I upload Magic the Gathering content and analysis every Sunday. Last week I did have you all submit questions for this Q&A video, the first ever to debut on this channel, and we have several that I'm very excited to answer. But before we jump right into that, a quick and special thanks to patrons like you for making videos like this possible. I can't thank you all enough for these first 1,000 subscribers, and I'm very excited to see what the next 1,000 will bring. Without further ado, let's just get into today's Q&A. MTG Godzilla 7308 asks, congratulations for the 1K, Patrick. It's very nice to see your channel growing. Very nice job. On this channel, you made a lot of interesting commanders. Some are budget, other are old, underrated cards that are directly that type of hard to build commanders. So my question is, what is the main criterion that leads you to choose a commander to make a deck and add it to your collection of personal paper decks? Thanks for your videos. Now, this in itself is a fantastic question, but I have a few points when it comes to choosing any commander that I want to build for a personal collection. The first of which is quite possibly everyone's most obvious, the artwork. Yeah, honestly, if the artwork isn't cool or I just don't like it, then I won't build the commander. After viewing the art, I then read what the card does as well as its effect. I try to keep an open mind here and spend hours on Scryfall seeing cards that can possibly synergize with that commander's effect. And of course, it's not essential, but if a full deck can be made into a pre-modern one, then that just increases the chance of me purchasing it. I tend to enjoy decks that are built sideways, so it's not reliant on the commander, but the commander is a key piece that can really accelerate it, unless of course we're speaking strictly Voltron. I always want something unique, something that people say, wow, that's not gonna work, and I'm like, you just wait and see. Which is nice because it challenges you as a deck builder, and when you play it half the time, nobody knows what the hell you're doing. So to finish this question off, I would say it's most like everyone else in how they choose decks. It's just the way I select the decks I want to potentially build is much stricter. Next up, we have 1973 Mackenzie asking, congratulations! Question, would you rather play against a Traxa Poison themed deck or a Shattergang Brothers land destruction deck? Well, this is rather simple. Atraxa, let's be honest here, she's the most popular commander on EDA Trek. Yeah, I get it, poison is quick, and it can get rather salty just like land destruction, but personal preference, I'd much rather play against a Shattergang Brothers land destruction deck. And as much as I hate stacks, if it is an original concept and idea for a commander, or you can just lock out the table rather well, I tend to enjoy that much more than just a quick poison death. Because when playing against a strategy like that, you have to think like, well, this person wants to chokehold me. How do I break free of this choke? And it really gets your mind working, and maybe if it's in a specific meta and you're playing against it regularly, then you can build a deck tailored around that and see if you can weasel your way out. Most people don't like land destruction because they have to be hyper aware and efficient with their plays, and it's really not remorseful to those making common mistakes. Quick word of advice to anyone out there, if you ever have the opportunity to play against a land destruction deck, always choose to do so because it will make you a better player in the long run. New Gamers 4626 asks, congratulations on the milestone. Do you have any pet cards? Now this is tough. If we're talking strictly artwork, I have to go with either Killer Whale or Polar Kraken. Because man, just look at them. It's hard to beat the artwork on those. But if we're strictly speaking functionality, I'm gonna have to go with a card such as Surveyor Scope. It is such a strong effect, especially in specific decks where lands can phase out. I mean, let's just put this in perspective. Let's say you miss 2 land drops in a row. Well, if you tap and exile the scope, you will tutor up 3 basics into play. These 3 lands will enter untapped, and then you may also play a land for turn, which in a 4-player game is a huge advantage. Now there are so many other pet cards I have, functionality, but it really depends on the type of deck you be playing them in. Magic Memes asks, my question, if you had to ban one card and unban another, what would you pick? Oh, that's easy. I'd ban every single island. Okay, I'm just joking. Don't take that seriously. Honestly, if I had to ban one card, that would be Thassa's Oracle. I just think the effect is way too easy to pull off, especially at 2 mana. I just don't think a card that allows you to win that easily and that quickly undisputed should be allowed in the game. However, when it comes to unbans, I'm gonna have to go with Invoke Prejudice. Now honestly, I believe this card deserves to be unbanned, because speaking from a gameplay perspective, the effect on it is not the reason it was banned. No, it was because of the artist. Open and honestly, they should just reprint this effect entirely, because it would work phenomenally in any blue control. It's such a shame, it really is. It's such a shame that when Wizards went woke, they had to ban every questionable card, because what it did is it put cards like this on the radar. And rather than them being hidden from public view, now they're collector pieces. Patrick comments, oh, my question is, if you could only keep one commander deck, what would it be? Oh gosh, that's such a tough one. Now we can go about this several ways. We can go financially, we can go mechanically, or we could play on the ability to replay the deck without opponents leaving your table. So choosing financially, without a doubt, Feldegriff, my most expensive deck. This is the deck I want to play with my children down the road and teach them how to play Magic the Gathering. It's completely foiled out and impractical to get rid of. From a gameplay perspective on my behalf, I have to say Tanifa. Between the artwork and the mechanics, this checks every single box of mine, and it's gotten a lot stronger since my initial video of it on YouTube. Unfortunately, however, this deck can get rather salty, so I can't play it all the time, and if I do, I would easily get targeted out of my pod. So with that said, to narrow down all of my 11 commander decks, the one I would keep is none other than Skeleton Ship. This deck is not only significantly cheaper than a majority of my other decks, but I honestly think it is my magnum opus to deck building. I mean, it just works so beautifully. The idea to tap and untap your other permanents and build a Rube Goldberg machine to win is a beautiful sight. I mean, the deck is so insane, it has well over 35 infinite combos in it. It's like, oh, sorry, you counted my one combo piece? Well, too bad. My whole deck is a combo. You know, now that I'm thinking about it, the deck was originally called the Nonsensical Twiddler, but I may as well just change it to the Comboats. The Combo Boats. Yeah, we're gonna change the deck name. Even so, it doesn't have cheap ways to win. The replay value is phenomenal, it's on theme with pirating, and honestly, nobody expects it. The whole package works flawlessly together, and it's not one of those decks that has a commander on top of a deck itself. It's all one coherent piece. If you're interested in taking a look at this full deck as well as deck tech, I've got them down on my channel. Link will be provided in the description below. And last but not least, our final question of the day happens to be Bless the Blades, saying, how do you politely tell neckbeards to wear some goddamn deodorant at an LGS? I'm 4 games in and have conceded each one because there's always one at the table that keeps raising their arms a little too high. Oh, and so embarrassing. Magic the Gathering, guys, we have to bathe. Please, I beg of you. If you don't wear deodorant, you don't bathe, don't unsubscribe, please. I'm just joking. But please shower. Like, it's not a stereotype, guys. Like, we need to shower. Honestly, Bless, I don't really go to LGSs. I don't have the time to do so. So my word of advice is either talk to ownership there and voice your concerns as well as gripes on why you don't want to spend time there anymore, or perhaps look into getting a webcam so you can start playing Spell Table online in the comfort of your clean smelling home. But yeah, everyone, that's gonna do it for today's video. I really enjoyed all of these questions that you asked me, and I'm very excited for our future Q&As in the days to come. But that's gonna do it for me, folks. So if you want to stay tuned for future videos here on the channel, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that bell down in the bottom right hand corner of your screen. And that being said, my name is Patrick, host of EDH Brutality. I thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, guys.